Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Unlock Lord, this Unlock Views, and what can I say but yippee motherfucker. Sorry. This is the last Die Hard movie of the franchise, A Good Day to Die Hard. I got some text messages through the movie, so I looked away for a couple seconds, but don't. See, I'm a bit conflicted, I don't know if it's a decent movie or a good movie, I think it's maybe a good movie, but that's maybe because I want it to be a good movie for the rest of the franchise. It would be very shitty, for all fours and then 3.75 at the end. But oh yeah, before I forget, you don't get the second movie today. You get that tomorrow. You get hopefully 3 movies. Hopefully, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna look if I can do that. Tomorrow you're gonna get oh okay. The Fantastic Four First Steps. We're gonna watch the latest Marvel movie. I know that Marvel Doomsday or whatever it's called is coming out this year maybe or next year or something like that. We're gonna watch that too, obviously. Even if this channel doesn't do movies anymore, we're still gonna do movies if they're coming out. Like Marvel, those movies I just have to watch. I have to keep up. And other movies for franchises that we've watched. I just have to keep up with those. Just so they will still come, but not as much then as what we're doing right now. But Fantastic Four First Steps. Swamp Thing. Obviously it's a weekend, so it's DC weekend every weekend. So we're continue with that. We're gonna get Swamp Thing. I'm very excited for that one because I'm interested in that character. And Patch Adams. We're gonna watch what was his Robin Williams, rest his soul in peace. We're gonna watch a movie from him. Patch Adams is a movie that I missed out on. It was maybe on Netflix or whatever it was. It was somewhere. I think it was Netflix. I think it was on Netflix, and I want to watch it, but I delayed it and and then it was gone. And it was the same with My Girl. I was planning to watch My Girl on Netflix, and then suddenly it was gone. So a bit too bad. But luckily we did My Girl on the channel, and I'm also glad that I didn't watch My Girl back then because I didn't know there was a sequel. So I probably wouldn't have watched the sequel then. So I'm glad for that. But yes, Patch Adams, Robin Williams movie, so that is coming tomorrow. I'm very excited for that one. And apparently Patch Adams is a real person, and not only just a movie character. No, it's just an actual man. So it's probably a movie based on real events. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. So very excited for that one. Robin Williams movie, great guy. Seen a couple of his movies, probably more than I think. But yeah, let's just start with A Good Day to Die Hard. We hear chaos, but we can't see shit. We see nothing. But now we see news on BBC World. It's something about a mass protest in Moscow for a trial of some guy named Victor or whatever his name is. Okay. We see here on the left we see a kind of an outline of a person, and the person starts to scratch his head, maybe. Her head, I don't know if it's him or her. Yeah, it's not really visible. We're now in prison. I don't know where we are. Maybe prison, but we see a kind of a gate, and somebody opened the door for the gate, and we're now, we're not now, but we're in the back, and we see here a person walking, but we see mainly the front person, and we see the guard there, opening the door, walking through, and I think the guy says, "What do you want, Victor?" Victor is sitting there. We get a shot of Victor, sitting in a cell, playing chess with himself. Then we have another shot back to the guy that came walking in, back to Victor. I'm also gonna leave that because if you want those flashbacks, watch the movie yourself. The last movie, it was about his daughter, about John's daughter. She was in trouble. She was kidnapped by the enemy, and then he had to save her. This movie was about his son, Jack. It was not really the same as the last movie, because the last movie she was just vulnerable and had to be saved. This movie, Jack, his son, is a CIA agent, and he's in Moscow, and he was. The mission was to deliver Victor to somewhere, something, but yeah, Victor was apparently double crossing. So, at the end of the movie, he just threw Victor off the building into the helicopter that Victor's daughter was flying, and he was obviously dead. And then John and Jack, they were in the building, but Jack threw Victor out, and the daughter, her plan was to crash into the building, killing John and Jack. But they ran towards the window, and she didn't even hit the building yet, and they already were out of the building. They jumped out of the window, and you see, for Papa, bitch, you didn't even, your plan, your plan failed miserably, And the co-pilot of wait, what? He was confused. Wait, what the fuck are you doing? Stupid ass plan, stupid ass bitch. Yeah, it was just a fun movie overall. Just like the whole franchise, it's just a fun franchise. I get why people like the first two movies. I think it's just maybe a bit overhyped. Yes, it's a good movie, but it's not that good. But people also say it about Harry Potter, and about other movies that I like, but everybody has their own opinion, and that's okay. This movie also just deserves a 4 out of 5. This whole franchise is just a 4 out of 5 for all 5. Usually you have a movie that it spikes a bit sometimes. Oh, that one's better and that one's worse, or that one's just the worst, or all. Like with Home Alone. With Home Alone it was not a constant. It was more. If you have seen my Home Alone franchise review, you know, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. You know, I have a playlist with all 6 of them. Yes, there are 6 Home Alone movies. So that's why I meant with, you know, a bit spiky. But this one was more monotone, you know, more constant. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that because that means that's just a good franchise. Well, that not always means that's a good franchise because if the first movie is shit, then you know, and that's a monotone, yeah, probably all the movies are shit. But hey, I hope that the Children of the Corn movies are good because there are 10 of them. So I hope that they're good. Will come to the channel soon. You know, maybe next month, maybe the month after. You know, as long as I can watch movies. That's very important, and as long as I can watch movies, it's coming. So tomorrow you get Swamp Thing, Marvel, Fantastic Four, First Steps. I mean, from Marvel, yes, and Patch Adams. Sunday, it will be. If was it Superman 3 maybe? And I kind of a murder movie, a horror movie. So stick around because there are way more movies coming than before. You know, and apparently with when we watched Die Hard 4, I think that was the 800th movie. So holy shit, we've watched now over 800 movies on this channel. I hope that I reach the 1000 movies before I have to shut this down, you know, because 1000 movies, that's a lot of movies, you know. And in April we're doing this for 3 years, so think about that, you know. Within 3 years we've watched 800 movies on this channel. That's a lot. That's a lot. But you know, I will also obviously announce it hopefully in the 3 year anniversary video. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. Subscribe, leave likes, you know, recommend good Bruce Willis movie down below in the comment section. Yada 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 yada. Check out my second channel. Check out my third channel. We do food, drinks, everything from time to time. Hot sauce and alcohol on my second channel. Music primarily on my third channel. Check it out, link down below in the description. And I'll see you guys I'll see you guys tomorrow for hopefully 3 movies. Bye.